Imagine you're managing a state-of-the-art office building, and for the sake of convenience, you decide to hand every single employee a master key that unlocks every single door. Sure, it's incredibly convenient for people to move around, but the security risk? It's absolutely massive. Well, that is exactly the overarching challenge we face with cloud-based collaboration today. We constantly have to balance the incredible convenience of modern sharing features with the very serious risk of data leaks. In our modern work environment, teams are distributed all over the place, and sharing data is literally how work gets done. But for administrators, managing who has access to what is absolutely critical. We have to protect our organizational assets and comply with some pretty strict privacy regulations. So in this explainer, we're going to master this exact challenge by exploring how to manage data access governance and completely secure your Microsoft 365 environment. To get our Data Access Governance Toolkit totally ready for the AB 900 exam, we're going to walk through 5 logical steps. We'll define what oversharing actually is, identify the tools to spot it, implement best practices to prevent it, dive into data access governance reports, and finally, look at advanced management features. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. What is oversharing and why is it such a massive vulnerability?
Think of oversharing like leaving a highly confidential HR folder sitting wide open on a table right in the middle of a public break room. Technically speaking, oversharing happens when users grant broader access to SharePoint content than is actually appropriate or intended. When a user executes a broad sharing action, SharePoint immediately applies those permissions, which often spits out a serious compliance risk or even a data leak. For your AB 900 exam, understanding this concept is totally foundational. You know, the ease of use in modern SharePoint drives incredible productivity. But if users are unaware of the consequences, they might accidentally expose regulated data to unintended audiences. And stopping that unauthorized exposure is exactly what administrators are tasked with.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. How does oversharing directly impact artificial intelligence tools? Well, Microsoft 365 Copilot is designed to leverage all the information available to an employee to help them work faster. But if oversharing risks aren't addressed, Copilot is going to surface data a user technically has access to, even if they really shouldn't. And that leads to 3 major impacts. Access to information way beyond what the user needs for their role, inappropriate sharing of content, and out-of-date or completely irrelevant responses. A crucial exam concept to remember here is that Copilot respects existing permissions. So, if your permissions are too loose, Copilot's outputs become a major security risk.
Let's break down the 3 most common oversharing scenarios you're going to see. First up, sharing with everyone or anyone with the link. Imagine a draft project plan, intended just for internal review, being blindly forwarded to an external vendor. By creating an anonymous link, that document undergoes unrestricted routing, resulting in the unintended disclosure of proprietary info. Second, providing edit access instead of just view only. If a marketing brochure is shared with an external partner with edit rights, they could completely alter the messaging or branding without any authorization. And finally, allowing external guest users full site access. If you invite a business process outsourcing worker to collaborate on just a single file, but accidentally grant them full site access, they might suddenly be reading sensitive HR records stored elsewhere on that exact same site.
Moving right along to Section 2, identifying oversharing tools, or, as I like to call it, building your detection toolkit.
Think of this step like a retail store manager checking the daily security logs to see exactly who unlocked which doors last night. In the Microsoft 365 and SharePoint admin centers, administrators use sharing reports. These reports act as the admin control that intercepts user activity to give you one clear result: visibility. They tell you exactly who shared what, who currently has access, and the exact status of external sharing. You can filter these things by site, folder, or even a specific file. Say a sensitive financial contract was suddenly shared with external auditors. Well, this initial detection report is what allows an administrator to pinpoint that risky event and verify if it actually aligns with company policy.
Now, for really large environments, manual reports just aren't going to cut it. We need scale. And this is where we compare PowerShell and the Microsoft Graph API. PowerShell gives admins the ability to perform bulk auditing of user access across massive environments. Microsoft Graph API gives you similar capabilities, but brings a lot more flexibility for automated scripts. You can deploy a targeted script to run an automated scan of your entire tenant, which instantly generates rapid alerts. For instance, you could run a script to automatically identify all documents labeled confidential that have been shared with anyone with the link. This allows for immediate targeted remediation without you having to manually click through every single folder.
To really understand how an admin prioritizes all these alerts, take a look at the risk assessment formula. It's pretty straightforward. First, you identify sites with sensitive data. Let's say a site containing documents packed with credit card numbers. Then you look for data shared broadly. So in this case, everyone in the organization can access it. Finally, you look at frequently accessed data. Maybe 575 unique users actually accessed it last week. Sensitive data plus broad access plus high traffic equals a high-risk scenario. In an admin role, spotting this specific combination means you absolutely must prioritize remediation immediately to secure that environment.
Okay, Section 3. Preventing oversharing best practices. This is where we build our shield.
So we're moving from just reactively detecting problems to proactively stopping them in their tracks. To protect our environment, we use preventative controls. Imagine handing out specialized key cards at the office that only work if you have a specific, high-level security clearance. That is exactly what sensitivity labels with encryption do. Even if a user shares a link to a highly confidential HR report externally, the admin control ensures the result is completely secure data. Only authorized HR team members can actually open it. Another crucial control is setting organization-wide sharing limits right in the SharePoint Admin Center. By disabling anonymous links at the top level, you completely remove the user's ability to accidentally share broadly. Combine this with solid user education, like pop-up prompts reminding folks to check permissions, and you've built yourself a really robust shield.
The absolutely crucial point here is understanding how all of this fits into the larger administrative lifecycle, which breaks down into two distinct phases: prepare and operate. During the prepare phase, admins fix existing risks. You actively restrict access to risky sites and prevent Copilot from processing sensitive files that lack proper controls. Then, once your house is in order, you move to the operate phase. This is where you continuously monitor for new risks. You configure notifications for when new oversharing occurs, and you use data loss prevention policies. You absolutely have to restrict existing risks first so that Copilot only processes secure, well-governed files moving forward.
All right, Section 4, Data Access Governance Reports, or DAG reports for short.
Think of DAG reports as your targeted radar sweep. You're using them to find the absolute highest risk collaborative spaces in your entire organization. They are a super powerful, specific feature accessed directly through the SharePoint Admin Center. While general sharing reports show you broad activity, DAG reports act as a highly specialized admin control to yield a very specific result: total compliance visibility. They specifically hunt for high-risk sites. They'll instantly flag sites that contain sensitive content but have excessive external sharing. They'll also point out sites with inactive owners, which, by the way, is a massive governance risk because no one is actually managing the permissions, and sites that are completely missing assigned sensitivity labels. For the AB 900 exam, definitely remember that DAG reports are your primary roadmap for targeted compliance.
So, once your DAG report actually identifies a vulnerability, what happens next? Well, as an admin, you have to execute some very specific remediation steps to secure the environment. These are straightforward but really vital for your exam troubleshooting scenarios. First, you analyze the report to identify the specific risk, like maybe a legal team site is just sitting wide open to external guests. Second, if a site is flagged for having inactive owners, you immediately assign new owners to reestablish some oversight. And finally, you take targeted actions. That can mean revoking guest access, applying those encrypted sensitivity labels we talked about earlier, or just disabling external sharing entirely for that specific workspace.
And finally, Section 5, Advanced Management Features. Welcome to the Vault.
This is our final tier of protection. SharePoint Advanced Management, or SAM, is literally like hiring a dedicated elite security detail for your most critical assets. It's a paid add-on, meaning it goes well beyond the native capabilities of standard SharePoint. SAM gives administrators incredibly granular control over site access plus deep activity monitoring. Look, if you have highly confidential sites like corporate finance or HR, the standard controls just might not be enough. SAM acts as the ultimate admin control, allowing you to integrate with larger security frameworks to ensure the result is a completely secured site, basically immune to unauthorized access.
Let's look at how SAM actually operates in the real world through its principles life cycle. It's not just a set it and forget it setup. It's a continuous loop. You monitor sites with high exposure using collaboration insights. You detect issues using those DAG reports we just covered. You take action through policies like restricted access control. And crucially, you automate site lifecycle management. This continuous cycle ensures that as your organization creates new data and spins up brand new projects, your security posture scales and adapts automatically right alongside it.
Let's unpack the specific capabilities Sam actually hands you as an administrator. First up, restricted site access. You can configure a finance site so it can only be accessed by devices that are actively managed by Microsoft Intune. This prevents data leaks from unmanaged personal laptops. Next, inactivity alerts. If a project site hasn't been touched in, say, 6 months, Sam flags this stale project so you can archive it before it becomes a security liability. And finally, site access reviews. Sam forces site owners to periodically confirm who should still have access, and it integrates directly with conditional access policies to enforce requirements like multi-factor authentication before a user can even view the site.
Now, understanding all these technical tools isn't just about passing your AB 900 exam, though that is a big part of it. It's about completely transforming how your organization operates. By combining deep administrative knowledge with these layered governance controls, you guarantee total Copilot readiness and secure collaboration. By starting with basic reports, applying sensitivity labels, utilizing DAG reports, and securing high-risk assets with advanced management, you move an organization from reactive panic to proactive protection. So, the only question left for you is, how quickly will you implement these layered controls to ensure your organization's AI tools only surface exactly what they are supposed to?